Hello, everybody. My name is Jocelyn Palacios, and my topic is on energy efficiency. So, what is energy efficiency? Energy efficiency is basically um, finding new ways in which we perform the same task, but we use less energy. So, whether it be individually or statewide, in the United States, policies for energy conservation vary depending on things such as temperature and where people live as well. And according to the Environmental and Energy Study Institute, when you improve your energy efficiency, not only is it the cheapest, it's also a fast one of the fastest ways to reduce the fossil fuels and help the environment. And there's like little stuff that you can also do to make these modifications, whether it be when you build a house, transportation, and stuff like that. So why is energy efficiency important? According to the Environmental Protection website, um, it can be with environmental. So environmentally wise, it can help lower greenhouse gases as well as like other bad stuff that is in our air. Economic wise, well, it's cheaper and you're also being environmentally friendly. System benefits on the long run, like these little actions such as like turning off the light when you don't need to and stuff like that, makes a big difference in the future. According to the International Agency website, energy prices, so like PG&E bills and stuff like that, it lowers dramatically when you use stuff like such as solar panels, which makes your electricity bill like way cheaper. So energy productivity in the United States. So in the United States, there are three categories: primary slash secondary, renewable slash non-renewable, and fossil fuels. So fossil fuels is one of the main biggest things biggest forms of energy used in the United States, and in 2018 it accounted for 70% of energy used in the United States, which is a lot. And in the little picture in the bottom, that's other forms of energy that we use in the United States, which also affects our environment. What we can do is, in finding new ways to use our energy, we can decrease coal production, and we can also decrease natural gas and go with electrical power gas, which can help our environment as well. So with transportation, it accounts for 29% of the energy that we use, according to the US Department of Energy. And out of that percentage, 80% of transportation is from road vehicles that we use to transport from place to place. So what we can do to reduce our footprint is we can do things such as ride sharing, which Uber, for example, it has this thing where you can make your trip cheaper by sharing rides with someone else, and like you basically split the money. So that reduces the amount of energy it requires from getting from place to place, because um there's two people going to the same location at once. There's also active transit, which is like if you have if you like live nearby your job or school or stuff like that, it's better to use stuff such as bicycles, which not only helps you be more fit, it also helps you reduce the amount of energy that is used to go from place to place. Lastly, there's also public transport, which is very convenient as well. um, you also save energy because there's less cars being used outside. Buildings, so according to the Environmental and Energy Study Institute, it accounts for 40% of the energy that is used from in the buildings, from like things such as heaters or lighting, and like just a bunch of stuff that is used to keep the building going. And there's also another 8% used when like buildings in San Francisco and San Jose are being made. Like there's more technology added on top of that. In other words, more technology equals more energy use. So what are we doing about it? There's DSM as well as other programs that help to reduce energy usage by making like policies and stuff like that to have buildings reduce their energy consumption. And according to the Alliance of Commission on National Energy Efficiency Policy, energy consumption per unit of floor space has declined by 11% for residential and 21% for commercial buildings since 1980, since there has been a bunch of policies enacted to help reduce energy usage. How can we play a part? We can do simple things like talking to our government and trying to convince them and force them to change these laws that use a lot of energy in our country. So there's also energy efficient products. So you can also play a part in being more energy efficient. There's this company, or I mean, well, program called Energy Star. And what Energy Star does, it gives a thorough review and makes sure that that anything from appliances and stuff like that is valid and it meets the need for a greener planet. So, for example, Energy Star light bulbs use 90 less percent energy than light bulbs that aren't checked by them, because they go through the process so that we don't have to, and it also helps make make life easier. There's also this thing that they use in buildings called the Energy Star Portfolio Manager tool, and it's also used in the city of San Jose. And basically, if you see the sign on the right, that means that the building is energy efficient, and it's very reliable, and they try their best in creating a more energy efficient building. So there's also a lot of energy efficiency in our community. For example, the public transportation system called VTA, on 10/16/2018, it made an announcement on its approval of the green building policy. And what that policy basically does, it tries to reduce, basically makes a promise to reduce waste and be more greener to help support and build a better community in the San Jose. And as of December 2018, San Jose has voted to adopt the Ordinance of Energy and Water Efficiency in San Jose, which is another good thing that is being done in places like San Jose, which is also very much needed. And according to the website too, they have due dates where they have to meet those requirements to for 50,000 square feet buildings, it's due by that date, and the 20,000 buildings it's due on the other date. So what can we do to make to become more energy efficient? So simple things such as looking for labels, seeing if it has Energy Star, tracking your footprint, doing little stuff to make sure you're playing a role. Instead of using the dryer for your clothes, you could go put it outside. Voting, which makes a big impact as well. Using LED lights and a bunch of other stuff. So basically, the less you use, the more you save and the more you help the planet. So in today's news, we all know that Trump has made various things on global warming policy, has made a lot of changes. And I found this article that was talking about this proposal, an article from the government stating his proposal on reducing the budget for the 2020 for the Department of Energy. And what the Department of Energy does is aims to provide economic growth in the United States, while also creating a more energy reliable country. Also plays a very important role in protecting us from nuclear and other bad materials. And yeah, so this budget is set to be proposed in 2020. And lastly, going solar, which is one of the main things. My experience going solar, it has helped us a lot. And it has for example, there's many benefits. I didn't have the power outage, and We're also improving